wherever we are going, and we are exotic. So I do appreciate a lot this possibility, and I can say very relaxed and down to earth, this is definitely a revolutionary act. I have to tell you that even in the beginning of my activities, I used also some stereotypes. I remember in the beginning I put a head, you know, with a fur. I gave some vodka shots to the audience and stuff like that. That was more like a sense of ironic joke, let's say, like, because I know this sense of humor even from my family, even when it came to sad stories, you know, about losing home, about losing own culture. They always had a funny way still to make jokes about it. I think, especially after the breakdown of the former communist area, that was a great chance to renew the idea of crossover, the traditional music, and, you know, going somewhere to electronica, pop culture, fashion, whatever. And maybe Budapest, besides places like Vienna, somehow they were the first really big cities in Europe who adopt immediately to this, you know, disco partisani idea. I was more like an electronic producer. I was working with a Berlin-based label Studio K7, which was well established. And suddenly I came up with my first Bukowina Club production. And people were just shocked, you know, like, how can you do something like this? You will ruin your career, you know, you have such a great standing. Now you bring up all these weird Eastern folkloristic, traditional, whatever elements. I mean, how does this will fit into our portfolio? And I said, forget about the portfolio. The time is over, you know. The Eastern European sound clash, or the Balkan pop, however we will call this is something I would say it was always a diaspora sound. When we started experimenting with the musical roots of Southeastern Europe, it could never happen, it could never started somewhere here. It was a little bit paradox, you know, like it had to be somewhere outside, and this reminds me, let's say, Tango Nuevo, for example, or even Ragamuffin, which could never made it in Jamaica, you know, because Jamaica was so close. It was like the roots. So dancehall reggae had to go outside and had to reinvent it in New York City. The Balkan pop phenomena was something that reflected much more a certain mentality, you know, a certain misunderstanding of putting things together which normally are not go together well. In the moment when the musical idea is going away from the, let's say, local dogma, and this is very delicate subject, because there will be always people who say this is right and this is wrong. But just doing the risky track, I found always much more creative instead of fulfilling any kind of concept or expectations. Lumba, lumba, fly, while making music, while touring worldwide, I totally got rid of the idea talking about identity. I don't need identity. I'm looking for similarity. This is what I'm looking for, similarities, not identity.
Una mattina mi son svegliato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao. Una mattina mi son svegliato e l'ho trovato in mezzo. Oh 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 It's not what you think. Oh partigiano, portami via, oh bella. Oh partigiano, portami via, e ti do se.